determined to give their fans a reason to celebrate tonight. So happy to have you here for a midweek edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This should be an intriguing contest. Hi everyone, I'm Brian Anderson alongside Clark Kellogg and Grant Hill. On the sidelines, Allie LaForce. A look at the Pelicans starting group. Jones is the 2 with Ingram at small forward. Zion and Valanciunas in the middle. And it's Daniels in at the point. And for the Timberwolves, inside we got Towns and Gobert. Edwards at the 2 with McDaniels at the 3. And it's Conley in at point guard. Clark, the assist numbers from these teams, just wow. They are always looking to make that extra pass.
And you know, that kind of mentality, BA, is contagious. It really goes a long way. Everybody buying in to not just getting a good shot, but going from good to better to best shot. Here we go.
Tip-off goes to Minnesota. Towns outside. Back to Conley. That one's good, and it's Towns with the assist.
Now this is just too easy for Conley. The D can't allow him to get this close to the basket.
Outside Jones. Pass to Williamson. Over Towns, and that one hits the back iron. Outside Conley. Now Towns, covered by Ingram. The kick out to Edwards. McDaniels with it. Three-pointer. Gets the 3 to fall.
If you want the title of 3-and-D player, you've got to make 3. McDaniels has really worked on that shot.
Williamson outside. We played just over a minute here in the first, and he gets that one.
Making a statement here early, going right to the rack. I love it.
Yeah, that's how he rolls. I mean, intimidate the opponent right now.
Now here's Edwards. He played a great game against Boston. The shot by Towns, no good. And Clark, when Karl Anthony Towns is on the floor, he's one of the best big men in the NBA.
Well, you said it, the key words there, on the floor. I'm sure Cat is frustrated by the injuries he's had over the years, and he's doing everything in his power to stay as healthy as possible.
McDaniels finds Conley. Pass to Towns. Ooh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. Grant, with the Pelicans, so many of the past few years have started with such high hopes.
Yeah, BA. And at the end of every season, it feels like there's a big what-if hanging over New Orleans. They haven't been able to catch many breaks in recent years.
And that one falls for Towns.
And you can make a case and argue that Cat is perhaps one of the greatest, if not the greatest, shooting big man of all time, and he's still got a lot of runway in front of him for his career.
And so Towns nails them both. After falling in the first round of the 2023 playoffs, Clark, the Timberwolves still have some work to do.
Yep, they were hoping the Rudy Gobert trade, BA, would elevate them higher. But this is a team that still needs to grow and develop more. I think their front office is going to stay aggressive in tweaking the roster.
5 on the clock. Williamson for 3. Sinks the tray. Williamson's got 5 points.
Rarely do we see threes out of Williamson, but when we do, he hits at a decent clip.
Pass to Gobert. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. And here's Conley. 8 points in his last time out. Edwards for 3. Connects from downtown.
Didn't take Edwards long to get those 3 points back. Right back at you.
And Ingram has got the ball here for New Orleans. It's a 5-point game. This game against Minnesota is the first time they've met this year.
They'll be looking for payback after grabbing the short straw in the season series last year.
Yeah, and two mid-tier teams trying to get a leg up in the conference, guys. We'll see what happens.
Rock the baby, working the size advantage inside.
Now here's Conley, tightly guarded. Pass to Towns. Yes, great play by Conley to set it up.
That's just a difficult assignment. I mean, having to guard Towns in that area, he's always going to find a way to get his shot off cleanly.
Daniels passes to Williamson. Oh, and the big finish by Williamson.
And that's what we've come to expect from Zion. Exactly.
And a new group getting ready for the Timberwolves. Reed's checked in for Rudy Gobert. Anderson comes in for McDaniels. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Anthony Edwards. And Milton subbed in for Conley.
What's up?
That's good from Williamson. Well, New Orleans hasn't made the playoffs in consecutive years since 2008, 2009.
You know, B.A., that was back in the Chris Paul era. They only reached the postseason twice with Anthony Davis. But in recent years, injuries have prevented them from reaching their potential.
Taking the contact and scoring. Towns not to be denied of the bucket there.
Pass to Lewis. Nance outside. Here's Hawkins. And here's Ingram outside on target from range.
Well, Ingram has been an all-star because he doesn't have to dominate the ball to score. He's a sharp shooter who's very efficient in his offensive game.
Milton finds Towns. Here's Alexander Walker, and looks like an illegal pick was set. That gets the ref's attention.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
Yeah, I agree. You know, sometimes that can be a tough call for the refs to make, but not that time. It was easy there.
Brown, he's checked in for Minnesota. Anthony Edwards comes in for Alexander Walker. And the Pelicans also making a change. Ryan, he's checked in for Ingram. Now here's Nance. Pass to Lewis. Over Milton. Kicks it out to Williamson. Knocks down the triple. Williamson's got 11.
Boy, what a quarter for him. I mean, he's found his rhythm, and he's really riding that wave right now.
Now here's Edwards. And that one's good. Edwards got his second basket of the game. Tie game in Minnesota. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return.
16, the Pelicans, 16.
And getting it going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. All right, let's quickly break down the game. What we've seen so far from the Timberwolves, guys.
You can really see the strategy coming in. Get the ball into the painted area.
Yeah, and it's worked. They've got a clear edge and points in the paint. Now we'll see if they go with a more balanced attack or just keep on pounding it inside.
And today's team's all looking to space the floor with shooters, Clark. Thinking back, you ever wonder why it took so long to catch on?
I haven't thought about it in that context, B.A., but I think part of it is you've got to have a lot of shooters to take advantage of it first and foremost. And now, again, with the likes of Steph Curry and Klay Thompson and Damian Lillard and so many other outstanding perimeter shooters, more and more of those guys are coming into the league following their example.
Okay, on the court right now, second quarter for the Pelicans. They've got Larry Nance, and it's Hawkins in a shooting guard. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
CJ McCollum sometimes gets overlooked, but he said, quote, "I just do my job. It's about team success. I'm going to be more efficient and more consistent. I'm going to make plays, make shots, and try to help us win." Brian?
He's a great team leader, has a great perspective on his place in the game. Thanks, Allie. Here's Edwards. After the Pelicans picking up a basket a moment ago. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. Edwards got 7.
Not afraid to mix it up down low. Edwards is a big guard, really put together nicely. He's got a great body.
Well, Clark, we know Anthony Edwards is a great hooper, but how would you rate his acting ability?
Hey, I thought he was quite good. To be honest with you, B.A., in that Hoops movie, he was playing the bad guy, the villain role. Ant has a huge personality. We saw that on the big screen. Perhaps a second career for him when he's done terrorizing the NBA.
Williamson with it. He's picked up by Edwards. Pass to Hawkins. Back to Williamson. Driving to the basket. That is now his 7th field goal in 10 attempts. Impressive.
Well, he's been a rock of offensive support so far, and when they've needed a basket, they've turned to him.
Reed sets a screen. Here's Edwards. And another basket from Minnesota.
Boy, great take by Edwards, making the correct decision in the pick and roll there.
And the Pelicans call time here. And now that they have some time to get a little bit of rest, it's time for these players to regroup while hydrating themselves with some Gatorade, looking to gain a boost of energy as they continue to play in this game.
And staying hydrated is the only surefire way to do it. An athlete's body doesn't have the same power and stamina without proper hydration. These guys will be sure to use this timeout wisely.
For Minnesota, Rudy Gobert comes in for Brown, and Mike Conley is subbed in for Milton. The Pelicans making a switch here. Here's Hawkins, coming off a 31-point game. Williamson outside. It's blocked by Gobert.
Love the way Gobert goes after shots. He blocks quite a few and alters many more.
Pass to Reed. The kick out to Edwards. From downtown, Valanciunas with a rebound. The Pelicans have gone a terrific 4 of 5 here in the second quarter. Well, Chris Finch has done a nice job with this group, Clark. Just seems like he needs a playmaker or two around Anthony Edwards.
That's a pretty good observation, B.A. I mean, there's no doubting Anthony Edwards stardom. I mean, he's going to be one of the better players of this era, I would think. But you're right, he needs help. It's a team game. He can't do it alone.
Now here's Edwards. 9 points in the game. Reed sets a screen. And they waste no time getting those 3 points back. Edwards has got 7 now in this quarter.
Yeah, you know, once Edwards flips that switch, now he stays fully engaged. His offensive arsenal is on full display.
And they double up Williamson. Pass to Hawkins. Back to Williamson. Clock at 6. Here's Daniels. That's good. And it's Williamson with the assist. Daniels has got 8.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
And Minnesota calls time here.
All right, look who's coming off the court. Come on, get back for your Timberwolves dancers.
Some changes for Minnesota. Towns, he's checked in for Reed. McDaniels comes in for Anderson. And it's Brown in for Edwards. Ingram's checked in for the Pelicans. Jones comes in for Sebron. Now here's Conley. Down low. McDaniels can't hit.
Despite the defensive presence, he challenges at the rim. Give him an A for effort.
Valanciunas with a screen on Towns. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
First team foul.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Pelicans.
You know, right from the start, it seemed they got hot from three-point range, pulling apart the defense and racking up the points, too.
Yeah, also, you got to appreciate how unselfish they've been. I mean, the ball movement has been impressive, and the assist numbers are off the chart.
The Pelicans making a switch here. Nance is checked in.
You know, Ingram is quiet about the work he puts in after practice and before games. This is a guy who just never stops trying to improve, though, and that's shown up in how he's grown as a player.
Now here's Conley. Towns down low. He's guarded by Nance. And it's powered home by Towns.
Strong finish to cut into that lead a little.
Man, left no doubt with that one, Grant.
Well, I tell you what, he loaded up as much power as he could behind that two-hander.
Valanciunas against Gobert. And Valanciunas gets it to go on the assist by Ingram. And the Pelicans lead by 10. 30 seconds left in the second quarter. Pass to Towns. It's stolen by Nance. Here's Daniels. He's guarded by Conley. Ingram against McDaniels. Now here's Ingram. He's guarded closely. Valanciunas with a screen on McDaniels. Here's Ingram. From 13 feet, down it goes. Ingram's got 8.
A terrific score from the mid-range. Ingram knows how to use his size and touch from there.
And so it's the New Orleans Pelicans going into the break up 12. We hear teams talk about wanting to get the ball inside, but this is how you do it. Time for a quick break, then back to the action.
Fans, let's hear it for a break.
Thanks for stopping by, y'all. First up on the show tonight, a quick look ahead of some upcoming games on the docket. When you guys were playing on those loaded Lakers and Rockets teams, did you even care who was on your schedule?
I cared when it was the Lakers. Watching Shaq and Hakeem go head-to-head, man, that's an expensive ticket.
I taught him everything he knew, Kitty.
You sure about that, big fella? If
am.
you recall, it was the other way
I
around.
don't recall.
I'm staying out of it. And now talking about our current game, gotta be impressed with the big halftime lead for the New Orleans Pelicans.
They've been selfless on offense, setting each other up. The defense couldn't really guess where the ball was going, which is exactly what you want.
Yeah, really strong ball movement so far. And that'll do it for us. Thanks for stopping by. We'll head back down to Brian Anderson and crew for the start of the third quarter.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it's been a runaway. It has been a clinic out there by Zion Williamson.
You just love his patience offensively in the first half. Waited until he got the looks he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly in the second. Edwards at the 2 with McDaniels at the 3. Inside, we got Towns and Gobert. And it's Conley in at the 1 spot. So that's the Timberwolves 5. Jones' shot is good.
Unselfish play there by Zion. Moving the ball to another shooter.
And it's Conley with the ball for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Down by 15. That'll be the first of a 5-game tour around the league. Towns on a screen. 4-3, and that one's good from Conley. Conley's got his second bucket on the night.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Now here's Ingram. Give him 8. Towns with the ball. He's picked up by Williamson. Inside. With some arc. And it's Conley getting it to go. Conley's got 7.
And Cat remains an excellent passer at his position. Outstanding at seeing the floor and finding teammates.
Here's Daniels. Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play to the paint. Here's Williamson. Oh, the dunk by Williamson.
And Zion living up to his full potential tonight. He can be a terrifying matchup when he's playing with energy.
Conley passes to Towns. Inside, stolen by Valanciunas. Pass to Ingram. To the inside. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Anthony Edwards. That's his first foul. It's time to take a glance again at that superb block.
Yeah, I love that they maintain the defensive energy even when they're behind.
Now Ingram. Down low. Valanciunas finds Jones.
Well, I like the effort that Edwards is making to commit to defense, not letting the shooter get by him.
Now here's Conley. He's closely guarded. Lets the 3 fly, and the Timberwolves hit again from deep.
On a nice little roll here to start this half, connecting on their first 3 attempts.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
After their big trade with Rudy Gobert, it's taken a while for the Wolves to gel. Gobert said, quote, "It just comes with the time and trust. Basketball is never perfect, but we can punish all kinds of defenses by making the right play and finding the open man. With that mindset, we are going to keep getting better. I'm confident in our abilities." Brian?
Well, that's the way you have to look at it, Allie. Thank you. Anderson's checked in for the Timberwolves. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Conley passes to Gobert. Edwards with it. Back to Gobert. Gobert hammers it home.
They're making smart adjustments, setting guys up for success.
It's certainly been an impressive run. They finally found the right formula to break down the defense.
Well, Clark, no question which end of the floor Rudy Gobert makes his biggest impact.
Yeah, he's a demoralizing defender. I mean, his height and reach give him some significant advantages, but it's more than that. You don't win multiple Defensive Player of the Year awards just because you're tall and long. You got to have some toughness. You got to have some anticipation and timing and the willingness to get down and dirty.
Now here's Conley. 10 points for him. Outside, Anderson from deep. The Pelicans pull it in.
And that's a strong closeout defensively. Great effort to deter the shot.
Ingram deciding where to go with it. Here's Williamson. And Gobert with a block. They recover it. And here's Minnesota now. They've gone on a 10-2 run, not allowing much. Now here's Edwards. The D's right on him. It's deflected. There's 53 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Daniels, defended by Gobert. Shot clock at 5. Valanciunas with a screen on Conley. Hawkins, pure from three-point range. Hawkins has got 5 points.
Defensively, there was a lack of aggressiveness, and it really made it easy for him to knock that shot down.
Pass to Gobert. Edwards for 3. Ooh, making his presence felt here. He's now 6 for 9 in this game.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
Ingram against Anderson. Outside Ingram. Valanciunas with a screen on Anderson. Shot on the wing, and they pick up 2. 10 points for him.
So easy to see just how dangerous Ingram is in the pick and roll. I mean, his size, long arm, shooting, ball handling. The defense is in trouble when he's pick and rolling.
And so it's the New Orleans Pelicans with a 9-point cushion at the end of the quarter. And it's mostly due to their superb shooting. They've wasted very few possessions. Back after this. The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. So the Pelicans 5 right now. Cody Zeller is out there with Larry Nance. Then there's Zion Williamson, and it's Hawkins in at the 2. Edwards, a pass to Anderson, and that one good.
We've seen that more than once today. An effortless basket inside.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
To the middle, Williamson finds Zeller. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play opportunity. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Pelicans.
I mean, they played some beautiful basketball all game. The passing has been impressive, and it's opened up things with their ball movement.
How great have they been? I mean, shooting the ball from outside the arc, they have absolutely been lights out.
Free throw good, Zeller. And Milton's got the ball here for the Minnesota Timberwolves. It's a 10-point game. Pass to Edwards. Takes a 3. And another 3 for Minnesota.
And his perimeter shooting might be the key to trimming their deficit.
I don't think there's any question about it. I mean, as long as he keeps knocking them down, they might as well keep going back to the well. No reason to let it run dry. Keep firing that thing.
Right side Anderson. Played just over a minute here in the fourth. That one's good for 2. Anderson's gotten 4 this quarter.
Instead of risking something on the perimeter, he just works it inside.
Yeah, you want to get those sure things down the stretch, and that close to the bucket, he is a sure thing.
Nance the screen. To the inside. And Nance with the slam.
And after putting it down, he dangles from the rim a little.
Man, that's borderline taunting right there, Grant. They're playing with a certain swagger right now.
Well, you know what? You don't want to do too much to get an opponent riled up. You got to be mindful of that.
Brown against Williamson. 4 on the clock. Oh, it's stolen by Zeller. For the finish. Oh!
So strong inside. Zion fighting through it all.
Minnesota calls time here, and the Timberwolves will go for a different look here. Rudy Gobert's checked in for Reed. Towns comes in for Anderson. McDaniels is checked in for Brown, and Conley subbed in for Milton. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Over that last break, I got a chance to hear what Chris Finch said to the team. Coach knows they're losing the 3 battle, and he told the team we need to limit their outside looks, force them to put it on the floor, and make them beat us off the dribble. Back to you, Brian.
Okay, thanks, Allie. Williamson with a screen on Conley. Here's Daniels. He's guarded by Conley. Williamson passes to Daniels. Misses the 3. The Timberwolves trail. Here's Edwards. And Edwards slams it in.
At every level, Edwards has been the go-to guy for his team. It's in his DNA.
Outside Jones. Back to Daniels. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
This has been the story of the game, a battle fought on offense.
Any lull in the action so far has been short-lived because there have been nothing but buckets in this one.
Ooh, costly foul there. That'll send him to the line for 3 free throws.
Anthony Edwards has a great body and knows how to control it, showing you right there by taking advantage to draw the foul.
For your Timberwolves, Anthony Edwards. 3 shots.
3 shots. 3 shots.
And he's good on the first of 3.
How about the work ethic of Anthony Edwards? Not to mention that linebacker build and the sweet shooting stroke, but what he wants most is to see his team succeed. That's what you love about AE.
And he sinks the second. And he makes all 3.
He's basically automatic from the line, not the guy you want to send there now.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Ingram against McDaniels. Outside Ingram. Over McDaniels. Again, the Pelicans good for 2.
You want Ingram to take over in these situations, and he does just that when his number is called.
Steps back. Jones against Edwards. Pass to McDaniels. Down low. And that one's good from Conley. Conley's got 10 points in just the second half.
Oh, it helps to have Conley on the floor during these moments. He's outstanding at coming through on those big possessions. And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
Here's Edwards. And that one goes. Now 10 for 13 on the night.
Seems like Edwards never stops competing and believing right until the final buzzer.
Valanciunas sets a screen. Pass to Ingram. Double team on Ingram. Now Valanciunas. He connects.
Talk about stepping up in a big way.
Well, that was 1-2. He wanted the ball. Nobody else was taking that shot.
And Minnesota calls time here. They trail by 3. There's 53 seconds left to play in the 4th. There's 53 seconds left in the final quarter. Here's Jones. And it's in. 46 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Edwards against Jones. It's McDaniels on the wing. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a 3-point play.
Brandon Ingram. Second personal foul. Second team foul. At the line for Minnesota, Jaden McDaniels. 1 shot.
Hey, those and 1 plays can really be backbreakers in a close game.
This might be a turning point.
Massive possession here.
And now we've got an intentional foul.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
There's 25 seconds left to play in the 4th quarter. And they go to the intentional foul.
Personal foul. Third team foul.
He hits the first one, and that makes it a three-point lead.
Yeah, part of becoming a star for Ingram, it's performing at the line in these moments.
So he gets them both, and it's a four-point ball game.
Two-possession game now, guys. Some very important free throws there.
Time called here. The Timberwolves decide to talk it over. They trail by 4. 24 seconds left in the fourth. .24 seconds left in the game. It's Edwards on the wing, defended by Jones. And he buries him. And he's brought them within 2 points now.
That's what I'm talking about right there. Game on the line. Towns lets nothing stand in his way.
Yeah, no, you had to do that. I mean, you can't allow them to dribble out the top.
Exactly. Got to stop the clock any way possible and hope they alligator arm a few of those free throws.
Oh, he doesn't hit the first. That was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though.
And the line is somewhere Zion spends a lot of time. So unless the stakes are thrown off, he can do this.
And he ends up missing both free throws.
That could have been the end of it. Instead, he hands them a lifeline.
Outside Edwards. Good! A huge shot to tie it up.
And he's coming off a huge performance, and his confidence couldn't be any higher. And his coach knows that, too.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take him.
Timeout called. The Pelicans. Time expires. We're going to overtime. We've got more in store for you right after this. Glad to have you with us as we get going in overtime. Neither team giving an inch in this game. They have their two big men out there, Towns and Gobert, working inside. Conley at the guard with Edwards next to him. And it's McDaniels in at the 3.
Just a smart offensive player. Conley is aware of when he should look to rise and fire. Woo, I love it.
Pass to Daniels. Back to Ingram. And a slam dunk by Ingram.
His hang time on the rim puts a sweet cherry on top, B.A.
It's a close game, and those displays of explosiveness can jumpstart a team.
And put the other team on its heels. We'll see how it plays out.
Towns gets the bucket.
Big bucket for him there. Towns happy to put the team on his broad back when he's needed most.
McDaniels against Ingram. Overtime just getting started here. Just about a minute in. 6 to shoot. Here's Daniels. He hits it just before the shot clock expires.
Crucial play, using the height advantage to finish at the cylinder.
Edwards against Jones. Edwards looking for an opening. Here's Gobert. The contact not enough to bother Gobert at the rim.
Gobert calling for the ball in moments like these. Big-time games under his belt.
McDaniels against Ingram. McDaniels with some nice D.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
And guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of here.
And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Opportunity for a three-point play here. It's going to be McDaniels shooting. It's going to be on Brandon Ingram.
First team foul. At the line for Minnesota, Jaden McDaniels. One shot.
What's up?
And that one misses.
Guys like McDaniels, who can guard just about any position on the floor, extremely valuable these days.
Ingram against McDaniels. Valanciunas with a screen on McDaniels. Lets it go from the wing, and that one's good. Ingram.
Ingram not getting overtaken by the height of the moment. Nailing the shot in the face of the defense because his poise and composure is top level.
Jones against Edwards. Unloads. Money.
I think I've lost track of how many of their possessions have ended exactly like that.
Yeah, that's not a bad way to end the possession, though, and it's the reason this game is coming down to the wire. I mean, his touch from outside and from the field in general has been superb.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. They're behind by 5. There's 47 seconds left in overtime. Right side Ingram. Over McDaniels. Oh, rejected by McDaniels.
The length of McDaniels, a big factor at both ends.
Second team foul. At the line for Minnesota, Gobert. 2 shots.
Get break. 2 shots.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to go.
You know, he gets there so often. Gobert would like to make these at a higher clip.
And he can't make the second free throw either. He missed them both. This is do or die time.
They must play flawlessly.
Here's Ingram. Oh, and Towns with the block.
Big swat right there from Towns, making his presence felt on the defensive end.
Third team foul. At the line for Minnesota, Jaden McDaniels. 2 shots.
Oh, the first of 2, no good. A heartbreaker. And he does get the second one. And that increases the lead to 6. Oh, so much on the line here.
And the crowd is locked in.
Timeout called. The Pelicans. They're behind by 6. 27 seconds left in the OT period.
Give him a hand, fans. Your Timberwolves breaking the dance.
6-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Ingram against McDaniels. Outside Ingram. And again, New Orleans, no good. And that's an intentional foul.
Second personal foul. Fourth team foul. At the line for Minnesota, Gobert. 2 shots.
Shoot 2.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a 7-point lead. one is good, getting both at the line, and it's an 8-point ball game.
This OT has been somewhat lackluster, mainly because both teams are clearly exhausted. Huge bucket by Williamson. Wow. The former first overall pick stepping up in the clutch.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
At the line for your Timberwolves, Mike Conley. 2 shots.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss.
They're one of the best leaders in the NBA. This team loves having Mike Conley in their locker room.
And he's able to hit the second one, and that increases the lead to 6. Ingram with the ball. Off target with the shot. So we see the Timberwolves get the win here. They escape with the W, even though they needed a few extra minutes to pull it off.
And both teams gave their all. But when it came down to overtime, it was about who had more determination.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Allie LaForce, Clark Kellogg, and